Hey friends, how's it going? Another 10-minute update? Let's check it out. What's today's date? June 25th? Yeah, I believe it's June 25th. Thanks for joining on the Zim. We are on our grand adventure trying to figure out life. The main thing, two things that I've done recently. Well, there's two things I want to talk about mainly, but I'll recap you real quick. I left San Diego May 31st. I'm traveling. I'm visiting my kids for the summer in Washington and hanging out with some friends and doing all that stuff. Just kind of trying to take it one day at a time. It's giving me a lot of time to reflect on my life, those kind of things, trying not to get stressed out. At the current moment right now, I have about $25 to my name, well, about $50 to my name. I got a couple deposits that I'm waiting for, and then on the first I'll get paid again, but a lot of that's already spoken for in bills. So we need to try to generate some more income somehow, which leads me to my first thing I want to update you on. I'm starting to experiment more with the Printify shops through Etsy. If those of you that don't know, I'm an artist. I'm a creative person. I have an Etsy shop that has a whole bunch of stuff on it, but there's this service that Etsy does where you can link a Printify shop, which means you can print anything printable on clothing, on posters, on items. You can print stuff on stuff that already exists and sell it through your shop without you having to carry any inventory. So I'm trying it out. I've sold one shirt so far. I've learned a bunch of stuff. Go to some previous posts on my TikTok account. You can see more about this particular part of the journey. If you're on YouTube or whatever, you have to go over to TikTok. I share this video that I'm making right now on TikTok and YouTube. Those are pretty much the only places. So yeah. But anyways, back to the journey. I'm learning about the way to use Printify. It's I don't know. It's interesting. I'm gonna make like $3 off the shirt. So you have to have. Hopefully, I can get some volume going. I had my fingers crossed. So the shirt I made was basically making fun of the billionaires that unalive themselves at the bottom of the ocean for being basically for hubris. Really, it really boils down to hubris, in my opinion. They thought they knew better. They thought what it is. They didn't want to follow protocols. They didn't want to be regulated. They didn't want to do all this bullshit that we're hearing about in our society when it comes to rich people feeling like they know better. So they want to get rid of regulations. They want to do all this stuff just to make more money, and then they kill themselves. So I have no sympathy, empathy whatsoever. A lot of people talk about the fact that this 19-year-old kid was involved with it too, one of the sons of the people. But you know what? You make your bed, you gotta lie in it. And I have no empathy for it. I have no sympathy, no empathy whatsoever. And that's a longer story, so we'll talk about that in a second. But anyways, buy a shirt is what I'm saying. I'm hoping to find the shirts I made. So Logitech is this computer company essentially, or a computer accessories company, and they make this controller that the people that built the submarine used this Logitech controller to control the submarine. And the Logitech guy, the owner, the CEO, or whatever, Logitech, made this video saying, like, basically, WTF, why are you using our controllers to control this submarine? Can't you afford something better? And so I'm running with that concept, and use the image of the controller as like this down with the man kind of vibe. Like the way I see it is like I would love it if like the icon of the controller itself represented more than what represented everything it needed to all by itself. But I put words underneath. I did, like, on one of them I did not intended for submarines or something like that. I had one that said eat the rich. I had one that says Titan Killer, because that's the name of the submarine. And it's kind of like a double entendre because it's a video game thing, but also these moguls, these titans of industry or whatever, these titans with their money. So it's like a triple entendre in a way that it could be seen as. And I also have the one that says fuck around and find out with the F-U-C-K, but the U and C are starred out. So it's F around and find out. So those are the 4 shirts I have up on Printify. Somebody bought the F around and find out one, which I think if nobody knows anything about this kind of Titan moment, this submersible moment, they can still look at this imagery and say, oh, it might be a video game thing, and be inspired by that, so they could buy it for some reasons completely unrelated to why I'm making them. But the point is, I'm making them. I have no sympathy for it, because we're at an age right now where, I don't know, there shouldn't be billionaires. There should not be billionaires. And if there are billionaires, they need to be doing a lot more for the betterment of our society and not hoarding those resources. And money is a resource, and whatever else. And like somebody else posted something on one of them, says something to the effect, I can't remember exactly what it said, but it's something to the effect of, what was it? Something like, I'm profiting off of somebody's downfall or whatever. I'm profiting off of somebody else's injuries or something like that, which I'm not. I've sold one shirt, so I'm not profiting off of anything. I made like potentially about $3. So, that's that. But, and if you are a billionaire, you have profited off of other people's deaths. You have, period. There's no way around it. If you have that much money in our society, in our world, people are exploited all the time and die in this exploitation, and you're making money off it. So don't come at me. Don't even think about coming at me for making $3 off of making fun of somebody. So that's one thing. So that's one thing. And the other thing is kind of like this experimentation of, I don't typically do satire. I really don't like. I'm in a conflicted relationship with satire, because my artwork that I typically do, I don't see as satire. I see as amplification of ideas that I want amplified. Amplification of positive ideas, hopefully. That's what my goal is. And so this t-shirt, I consider a piece of art. It's part of my embodiment of art. Somebody might see it as something completely different, but I see it as a piece of my artwork. And so it is satire. It's straight up satire. There's no question about it. So I'm confronting myself with, how do I feel about it? And at this point, I'm like, you know what? I want, there's enough people out there, and actually there's more people out there that are like-minded like me, that want to see our world be changed for the better, and have no sympathy or empathy for just people that are taking advantage of the less fortunate, the oppressed. There's just no sympathy anymore for this, and billionaires, without question, like I just had a rant about, are taking advantage of the oppressed, no question. So until we see not only our society doing better, but people with that, people should not have that much money. They should be giving it back, but our system needs to be fixed. So it's like, I don't know, I didn't expect to go here, but a lot of people say it's an either or. I think it's a yes and situation. Yes, we need to do better as a society, as our, Western society, American society, to regulate the system that we live in so more people can thrive, and people that are doing well should be doing more to help out. So it's a yes and situation. It's not either the government does it, or like the whole trickle down economics thing that never worked. They tried to make it an either or. It's not an either or. It's a yes and. No matter what happens, we're never going to take away the ability for people to make money. It's just, you won't make all the money. You don't need to make all the money. We need to change the value system in our society to how much you give back. And that's what makes your worth. How much you are supporting other people. That's what makes you valuable, not how much you have. How much money you have does not make you valuable. It does not. It does not. Anyways, we're almost at 10 minutes. I think I covered pretty much everything I wanted to say. I think I said it in a slightly different way than I normally do. But as always, support independent art by following me and buy one of those shirts. Check out my places, comment on this video, and I'll tell you how to find them. Peace, my friends.